Welcome back to all of you amazing artists out there. My name is Mr. Guera, and today we are going to be drawing this awesome armadillo. And paired with this work of art is Buzu trading card number 1, Army of One. That's right, Army of One is the first Buzu trading card character. He's a scrappy little guy with just a pinch of grumpiness. He's got special abilities that definitely come in handy and are quite effective in Buzu battle. This is one card you're definitely going to want to have in your collection.
Today's Buzu trading card is made possible by the generous support of our friends and backers over at patreon.com/BuzuCards. Here, our Buzu Bunch will find access to our blog, behind-the-scenes updates, digital downloads, original artwork by Mr. Guera, and even gain access to our vault, inside which you'll discover Buzu cards you won't find anywhere else.
Alright, now let's get back to creating this fantastic masterpiece of ours. For this project, you will need a sheet of paper, a pencil, a Sharpie or black marker, colored pencils, and a ruler or straight edge. You can find Amazon links for these art supplies in the description below. Let's start off our paper landscape, which of course means that the longest sides are on the top and on the bottom, and we're going to start by folding it in half. So take those left 2 corners and fold it to the right. Match them up just as well as you can and give me a nice crease, a vertical crease down the center of your paper. Take the bottom 2 corners now and fold them up for your second fold. And give me another crisp crease. So that way, when you open up your paper, you're going to have these 2 creases that look like a plus sign that go right down the middle and right down the middle horizontally. Great. Now you have 4 grids. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're ready to begin. Now let's place a straight edge below the center horizontal crease. And I want you to draw with a pencil a horizontal line just below that. And be sure to leave some space between the line and the side of the paper, both on the right and on the left. Okay, now it's time to draw an arch. Start with the left side of your circle and go through all the grids. You're going to start in grid 3 to 1 to 2 and back to the right side of your line in grid 4. And you've got yourself a nice semicircle. This is going to be your armadillo's body. Now draw a horizontal line in grid 3. Just give it a little bit of an extra line off of your semicircle. And now a swoop. It starts high, swoops low, and stop at the crease and connect those 2 lines with a small curve. And that is going to be your armadillo's head. If you draw a small curved line, you can draw your armadillo's nose. And then, of course, a circle within a circle is going to be your armadillo's eye. So first a big circle, maybe about the size of a penny, and then a smaller circle on the inside for the shine. Now what I'd like you to do is at the top of the head, draw 2 leaf shapes. These are 2 curved lines that are almost like an oval, but they come to a point. Now we're going to draw a second ear that is overlapped by the first one that we just drew. So curve up to a point and come back to the first ear. Great. Let's start with the legs now. Give me 2 vertical lines, 1 and 2. Let's continue on with the foot by drawing 2 diagonal lines going down and to the left. Okay? And I want you to connect them by giving me 3 toes. The first toe is a upside down letter V. The second toe is also an upside down letter V. And connect them. And there you got it. You got 3 toes. Great job. Okay, another vertical line down, and we're going to do overlapping legs. Another diagonal line down and to the left. And I'm going to put just a little line on the front toe. And give me those 2 letter V's again. And you've got yourself a second armadillo foot. Do the exact same thing for the 2 rear feet. You're going to do 2 horizontal lines down. Give me those 2 diagonal lines again. And you're going to make 3 toes by drawing upside down letter V's. One from the left side and the other one from the right side. And then again, repeat the same process with the overlapped leg. Another vertical line down, diagonally down and to the left. And give me those 3 toes. You know how to do it. Yeah, 2 upside down letter V's. Great job. Looking good so far. Now it's time to draw the armadillo tail. Give me a curved line. It curves down and underneath the hind legs, the rear two legs. Then give me another curved line that ends in a point. So you get your armadillo tail. Next, draw 7 curved lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 curved lines on your armadillo tail. Now, draw another 7 curved lines on your armadillo's body. This is going to be the third one. And make sure you kind of space them out as evenly as you can. Don't worry about being perfect. Just have fun and give me 7 curved lines on your armadillo's body. Great job. Okay, now it's time to get that ruler out again. We're going to draw a horizon line. I would like you to place the bottom edge of your ruler right on that horizontal mid-fold. On the top side of your ruler, go ahead and draw very carefully a horizontal line, but do not draw it through your armadillo. This is going to be your horizon line. Next, let's give drawing a cactus a try. I'm going to draw 2 vertical lines, and then we're going to start on the left side with our first cactus arm. It curves out to the left, and then it's going to go up and curve at the top, down, and come back to the main body of the cactus. Great. Now, give me an upside down letter U that is the same width as your cactus body. If you want to draw a cactus with uneven arms, stop just a little bit higher and then connect your right cactus arm to your body. Okay, that's your cactus. There are a lot of ways to make clouds, but to make these clouds, let's make them bumpy on the top. And on the right side, I'm just going to put a nice longer bump and kind of round and flat on the bottom. Give that a try. Now, the bumps on the top don't really matter. You can put 4 or 5, whichever you think looks best, but give the technique of rounding and making the bottoms flat a try. All right, so that concludes the sketching part of our artwork. Go ahead and put your pencil down, give your hands a rest if you need it. Don't forget that you can always pause the video if you need me to go a little bit slower. It's totally in your control. And while you're giving your hands a rest and taking a break, how about a quick fun fact about armadillos? Did you know that they're born in quadruplets? Yeah, that's amazing, right? Quadruplets means a set of 4 offspring born at the same time. Quadruplets every time means 4 times the fun.
Dive into the Buzu Wonderland with exclusive merch like original art, binders, stickers, bookmarks, and a whole bunch more. Get ready to supercharge your Buzu collection with the latest and greatest at buzushop.com.
Okay, so you've got a cactus and 2 clouds. It is now time to get out a black marker. I'm going to use a Sharpie. Whichever you have at home is fine. And I want you to very carefully trace directly on top of all of your pencil lines that you've put down so far. Now remember, whenever we're inking, you want to go nice and slow. This video, of course, is in fast forward motion, but in regular motion, I would be going super slow, being very careful to trace directly on top of my pencil lines, because if I do a good enough job, there will be no pencil lines to erase because they've been covered by the marker. So just do your best. Have a steady hand and give it your best shot. Trace right on top of everything. And what you're going to end up with is kind of a coloring page image. Yeah, you're going to make your own coloring page by very carefully tracing, or some people would call it inking, your art project. Don't forget to also ink every single part of your artwork, including your cactus and the 2 clouds that you just drew. Okay, so here's another awesome fun fact about armadillos. When it comes to defense, they can run away from their predators by going underwater, where they can hold their breath for 6 whole minutes. And if they want to rise to the surface, they can even inflate their insides so that they can become buoyant. And when something is buoyant, that just means it's able to float. I mean, like 6 minutes? Can you even imagine that? 6 minutes? Not even close. Okay. Let's get back to the art. If you like this time with me, get ready to love our live virtual classroom. It's an interactive and fun-filled experience where we create together in real time online. So no matter where you are, you can join in on the art-filled fun. Head on over to buzucards.com/events and secure your spot by signing up today. All right, once you're done inking, it is now time to get out your colored pencils. I'm going to start with a light blue, and let's get to coloring the sky. As I color, the video is going to go into fast forward speed. This is because it takes a while, so I want you to be patient. I want you to do your best work, and of course, I want you to have lots of fun. Coloring is a lot of fun, so make sure that you take your time with it. Now, here's a tip for my awesome artists. When you get to any edge of your coloring sheet, I want you to place another sheet of paper, in this case I'm using an index card, underneath. Now this does two things. Number one, it will protect your surface from accidentally being colored upon, and two, it will prevent your paper from getting those little tears for when artists color too fast back and forward on their paper. So be sure to do like I'm doing in the video, color in one direction as you go off the paper. You might also notice that as I'm coloring, I'm keeping my free hand kind of close to wherever it is that I am coloring to steady the paper and make sure that it doesn't move around on me as I'm coloring. Great! I think I've completed this sky. It's now time for the next step. Let's go ahead and start by coloring in the armadillo's head and ears with a nice orange. As I color them in, I'm also going to make sure to remember my coloring craftsmanship within its legs using the same orange color. Now, let's get to this half circle that we used to create our armadillo's body. I'm going to alternate in a yellow and orange pattern going back and forth until I've completely filled in all sections of my armadillo's body. Now it's time to color in my armadillo's tail. I'm going to go back to that nice orange color and color it in one section at a time. After that, I'm grabbing a green and coloring in my cactus. Now I'm going to switch to a brown colored pencil and again place the video in fast forward and continue on with coloring in the ground. Coloring in the ground will definitely require patience as before, but I want you to make sure that you're also giving yourself the opportunity to take a little break. If your hand or your arm or your wrist even, if they're getting sore, give yourself a little bit of a break. Don't forget that you can always pause this video and then play it again after you've had the opportunity to rest and relax, but do make sure that you finish it. I can't tell you how many artists are tempted to just draw something on blank white paper and leave it that way. No, it's always so much better to fill in everything, even if it means you got to put in a little bit more effort, a little bit more patience. I promise you, it will end up looking so awesome and you'll be so much more proud of your completed art. Okay. Now let's get back to this cactus. I'm going to get out a thin felt pen and I'm going to draw these wiggly lines vertically up the center and into the arms of my cactus. And of course, who can forget the extra fun of actually drawing the spines, the little spikes that are on the cactus itself. I like that detail. I think it looks great. Okay, the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get out a Sharpie marker, a nice thick marker, and give the outline of my armadillo just some extra thickness to make it pop. And there you have it, a wonderful looking armadillo that you can be proud of. All right, so now for our third and final fun fact about armadillos. Did you know that some of them can roll into a ball? Yeah, that's awesome, right? The three-banded armadillo can roll into a ball as another defensive measure to protect itself from predators, which I think is probably got to be one of the coolest things that I've ever seen an animal do. And no, I don't think that I will be trying to roll myself up into a ball. I guess armadillos just have cooler abilities than Mr. Guera, except maybe, of course, for making art projects.
Calling all teachers and homeschool heroes with students at home. Check out our Teachers Pay Teachers store, where we've curated a treasure trove of lesson plans, posters, clip art, slideshows, and more. Or better yet, head to patreon.com/buzucards, where for just $5 a month, you'll get exclusive access to everything in our TPT store. All in on armadillos? Check out Mr. Guera Reads Armadillo Chili, It's both cute and silly. For sure, Buzu trading cards are fun to collect, trade, and battle. But did you also know that when you scan the QR code on the back of a Buzu trading card, you get that card's art lesson ad-free? And not only that, you'll also receive free downloadables with every card.